Hi guys, welcome back to Sunday League to Champions League. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and here in episode 12 we have home game against Wealdstone and an away game against Folkestone. As you can see, we've had a little bit of a struggle at the start of this campaign. We're currently sat in 12th place with only 7 points from our opening 5 matches, and as you can see, we managed to get a decent win against Oxford in the end. It was a 2-1 win, a 93rd minute winner. But then we lost 1-0 to Ebbsfleet and we lost 2-1 against Chesham. We were very poor in both matches. And then we came to Weymouth. Now I started with 4-4-2 and we were getting absolutely battered. And in the end I reverted to the formation I like to use, which is a gegenpress. It's a little bit much in terms of the player fitness at this level, but we changed that for the second half, and as you can see, it worked wonders for us, and we managed to get a 3-2 win with a very good second half performance. As such, for these next two games, we are going to be using that gegenpress system, and hopefully we can get a good result. In terms of the actual squad, we have sold Ken Charles for just £2,000. Zach Newton looks set to leave for £1,000 as well. We've signed 6 players on loan altogether. Freddie Stanley has come in on a season-long loan from Stevenage. He is currently our starting left-back, rotating with Ezenoli. Ryan Batram, we ended up bringing him in at right back. He's on loan from West Ham's Youth Academy, and again, a really solid pick for us with a 3-star current ability. We needed midfielders. We were absolutely desperate, so 3 of the players we brought in are for midfield. Evan Corey has come in on a season-long loan from Grimsby, and again, he's not particularly great, but he will act as a solid backup for us, so hopefully we can work him into the side. The same goes for Adalai Sambu, and again, he's got a couple of good attributes in terms of his physicals and whatnot as well, but 2-star current ability, he's got plenty of room to improve, but on loan from Cheltenham for the season, hopefully again, he will be able to add strength in terms of our depth. And the last one in midfield was Callum Hutton. He's on loan from Bristol City's Youth Academy. And again, he's got some decent physical attributes. His actual technical and mental attributes leave a lot to be desired. But again, at 2-star current ability, he will act as another good rotation option. And then, with having sold Ken Charles and obviously Zach Newton leaving, we've still got strength on the wings, with Jaden Smith now going to be our left winger. Alex Glynn was also a player that has left the club. He was released in the end. We didn't really need him, and he has left the club. And Ali Hayder came in on a season-long loan from Stokes under-18 side. As you can see, he's a very good striker for the most part. He's got good mental attributes for the ones that matter at this as a striker. And in terms of his physicals, again, needs to work on it. But at the age of 18, and he's quite good in the air as well, despite him being less than 6 foot tall. He's looking quite good, and he was pivotal in that game against Weymouth that we won 3-2. He scored 2 goals on that debut. So here we go for the game at home to Wealdstone. Wealdstone currently sat in 4th. It's the first time that we're actually going into a game with this gegenpress style. It worked really well for us in the second half against Weymouth. Hopefully we can do the same today at home to Wealdstone, and we can give a good account of ourselves with this new style of play. It is going to be a tough game, like I say. Wealdstone currently sat in 4th place, and with our rough start to the season, yes, we did really well last time out. Hopefully we will be able to push on and just carry on where we left off last time out, just from that second half alone. So we've got Aikes in goal, Stanley, Okocha, Candola and Batram, Sambu, Hutton and Barnes, Smith and Greenup and Higgs up front. And they are going with a back 7, so very defensively strong Wealdstone, but hopefully we can get a good start to this game and we will get a good result. As you can see, with us currently sat in 11th place. This is current fixtures standing, of course. We're on 8 points. We're not a million miles away. We want to finish top half this season. Media prediction had us in a playoff place, but we'll have to see how we go. And as long as we can maintain in this division, I'm quite happy. I think there's certainly areas that we can improve, largely with the facilities, but with the finances the way they are at the club, we've got no chance of improving those at the moment. But hopefully we will be able to make strides with this side as the seasons roll by. Hutton knocks it forward brilliantly here, and Smith is in on this left-hand side, plays it across, and Higgs was there. He was under pressure, and it's a penalty kick, which is going to be taken by Jaden Smith. And hopefully we can take the lead here. Jaden Smith scores the penalty, really good finish. Baptiste guessed right, but couldn't keep it out. And in terms of penalties, by the way, we've conceded 3 penalties so far this season. Akers has saved 2 of them, so in that manner, he's doing quite well in goal at the moment. But unfortunately, with the strength that he has proven so far in goal, we haven't converted chances ourselves so far until, like I say, we changed to this formation last time out. So hopefully we can push on now in this game and get another goal to just give us a little bit of comfort. As Jones puts it into Obiero, and it's just wide of the post. Wealdstone with a very good effort there. But it remains 1-0. And they've not actually had a shot on target yet, so this is a positive from our point of view. We've got a 1-goal lead as we look to try and cement ourselves. Central defence is looking strong as well, given current match rating. Sambu knocks it back in, and Higgs is there, and he's hit the crossbar, but he's come back out for him for the rebound, and it is 2-0, and we're looking good once again. It's 2-0, and as we approach towards half-time, the fact that we've got such a solid lead is a big positive, and hopefully we can continue in the second half. Certainly this gegenpress style certainly seems to suit a little bit better, and with a 2-goal lead, I'm very, very happy. And the new loanee players have settled in quite well as well, considering they've only come in the last week or so. Okocha into Hutton. Now Barnes looks for Greenup. It's a poor pass, and it's knocked over the top for Jackson Jr. He wins the header, and Akers manages to get a grip on. Akers into Candola. Now Sambu looks to knock it forward. Jaden Smith didn't quite react quickly enough, and Cook clears. Jackson Jr. almost winning that, as did Hutton, but still Wealdstone are in possession. It's Harriman down this right side into Obiero. Plays it in, and Jackson Jr. scores. It's 2-1, and it's a very good attack in the end down that right hand side from Wealdstone. But it's 2-1, and we are hopefully not going to throw this away at the moment. But Wealdstone have started the second half very strongly. Hutton into Barnes. Now Greenup into Batram down this right hand side. Batram couldn't quite get past Jermaine Jones, and Kawamia clears to Jackson Jr. Barnes does well, but couldn't find Hutton, and Jackson Jr. looks set to get him behind again here. Second half has been poor from us so far. This is McGregor. Hutton does well to intercept though, and this is Higgs. Looks to play it forward. Hutton couldn't quite get there, and it's cleared by Smile into Harriman. Moves down this right hand side now for Wealdstone. I hope we don't concede again so quickly after such a good first half. Jackson Jr. was there, Kawamia was there, and it's come to Kawamia. He tried to get the cross in. Sambu and Barnes and Hutton exchanging passes to clear, and Higgs couldn't win it in the air. And Smile knocks it forward, and Kawamia's in again, and it's Jackson Jr. again. It's 2-2, and this is absolutely shocking from us defensively at the start of the second half. We're going to demand more because this is very, very poor here. As we've begun this second half, we need to be better than this. Centre-backs are both on 7 ratings though, despite this horrible start that we've had to this second half, as Batram finds Greenup. Back to Batram. Looks to swing it into the penalty area. It's headed clear, only as far as Barnes. Loses out to Kawamia, but we're holding on to possession a bit better now. This is Jaden Smith, and that is a lovely strike from Jaden Smith on the turn to curl it around his marker and into the bottom corner. We restore our lead. It's been a very, very eventful start to this second half. It's 3-2 now. And as you can see, in the opening 10 minutes of the second half, 3 goals we've had here. Greenup into Batram. Sambu looks over the top, and Higgs gets there ahead of Baptiste. There's a hint of offside here. I think no, it has been disallowed. Yeah, there was just offside there, but we were almost 4-2 up there. And we're looking positive when we go forward. It's not too bad, but that lapse in concentration defensively to let them get back into it at the start of the second half was quite poor from our point of view. And we are going to have to make some changes. Unfortunately, with the gegenpress style, players do get a lot more tired very quickly. Justin Hanks is going to come on, along with Chi Ezanolim at centre-back. Sol Alidor Hamilton, I think we're going to bring him on as well, for Callum Hutton, who is on that yellow card. Greenup is having a shocking game on that right wing, but I think it's more important to have that strength in the centre of the pitch at the moment. And obviously, we only get the 3 substitutions at this level, so we've got to be careful with the way that we do things at the moment. So as it stands, it's still 3-2. We're into the last 10 minutes. Greenup here with a free kick, looks to whip it in. Barnes couldn't beat Makisa, and Andrews gets onto it here for Wealdstone. And Andrews is just charging away with it here. He's under pressure by Sambu, and it's cleared back to Harriman. Now Smile looks over the top here. Ezanolim does well. Very alert from him at centre-back. Now Barnes into Greenup down this right-hand side. Have we got an opportunity to extend our lead in this game? Still Greenup, couldn't get the cross in. And it's going to be cleared by Jones. But it's a poor clearance. And Alidor Hamilton with a lovely strike, but it's just over the crossbar. And it remains 3-2. And as we approach the end of this game, we're holding on to this lead well. It's been quite an even game for the most part. Both sides have created plenty of chances, but this system certainly seems to suit us in terms of chance creation. So hopefully we can continue this into the next game. We've got a good, solid 3-2. I say solid, but we've got a good 3-2 win there over the 4th place side, Wealdstone. Very poor performance from Greenup, and but fortunately his teammates managed to drag him through the match. And again, in terms of player fitness, we are going to struggle this season with this system, but the system does seem to suit us. So hopefully we can continue for the away game against Folkestone. So that pushes us up to 9th place. We want to get another good result next time out, and as you can see, we've got 1 day in between these 2 matches, which is absolutely mental. So I'll just carry on, and hopefully we can get to that game rather quickly, and we'll just see what happens. The fact that it's so close is going to mean that we are going to have to really rotate this side for that next game, but hopefully we will do okay. Yes, it's an away game as well, but hopefully we can improve our away form this season. If the media prediction is correct, we are going to have to play well at home and away. Whole form, for me, is the key, and if we can pick up the odd win here and there away from home to add on to that good home form, then that will be great. And if we drop points at home, we then need to make up for that with the away games. And as you can see, we are going to have to change the whole team around for this game away at Folkestone in the next match. But we've got some good players in on loan now, and they've allowed us to get that strength in depth, especially in midfield, which is where we were absolutely desperate for it. And at fullback as well, I might add. But hopefully for this game away at Folkestone, we can put out a reasonable enough side that will be able to get us through. One thing I did notice before, Folkestone Invicta is the actual name of this next team. Not too sure why Invicta's in the name. If anyone knows, please feel free to comment on it for me, because it's not something I've ever noticed before, and it's quite a unique one, to be quite honest. You always have your towns or your cities or your Uniteds, of course, but yeah, Invicta, bit of a new one for me. So yeah, feel free to drop a comment and let me know how that came about, because that would be quite an interesting thing to find out, to be fair. As we go into this away game as well, like I say, we do need to win a couple more of these away matches as we go along this season. Hopefully we will be able to manage it, but it's going to be, all away games are tough. I mean, all the home games at this level are tough as well. But if we have aspirations for playoffs and to try and move up a league in the next year or two, we're going to have to win these matches. And it's going to be telling. The fact that we've found a system that seems to suit the players, they're going to be working hard every game and looking to push forward. Hopefully it'll work out for us. But like I say, we're going to need a bigger squad to be able to counteract the effects of this style of play. Because if they get too tired, there's more chance of injuries, and then we're going to end up with a very small squad if we get a few injuries. So we've got to be very careful as the season goes on, but hopefully we can get a good result in this game against Folkestone. I was hoping it'd move through a little bit quicker than it is, but hopefully it shouldn't be too much longer, and we'll just have to wait and see. I can't imagine there's much happening on this particular day, because we've already had transfer deadline day in the main part of the other countries in the game, so it shouldn't be taking this long, and hopefully we will be okay to move on. Yeah, we're not far off now. If we get another win here against Folkestone, we might even move into that playoff place today as well. And in terms of next matches, there's only 3 games in, I think it's 3 games in October. So there's the opportunity there definitely for a couple of games for the next video, and hopefully we can get another couple of good results. If this new system's anything to go by, hopefully we will get some good form on the go. We'll start winning plenty of games and have a little bit more consistency. That is my biggest hit from last season. We weren't consistent enough. We were winning at home, losing away. We didn't get a decent run. We managed one run, I think, of 10 games unbeaten. There was plenty of draws in the middle of that run though as well. So we just need that little bit of extra oomph in the side, and hopefully if we can prove ourselves today away from home, like I say, we're going to be rotating the team quite a bit, but we'll see how we get on. And we're coming up to the game now, so hopefully we will be able to set ourselves well and start off quickly. That's another thing. Some of the games we've started off really slowly and we've ended up conceding very quickly. We need to be doing this to other teams. We need to be starting quickly, getting an early goal and allowing ourselves to push on through the match. But it's easier said than done, of course. All the teams are quite a similar level in this league, so anybody can win any game for the most part. It's a case of how good your form is. If you're winning games, you're more likely going to start winning matches regularly. If you're losing games, you're going to struggle to win anything. So hopefully we will be able to push on this season. Like I say, playoffs will be phenomenal, but top half again is the target this season. We're not going to go too far with it, and hopefully we will get a good result again and just set our aspirations that little bit higher as the season goes on. Here we go with the side. We've got Akers in goal, Ezanolim, Okocha, Hanks, Onuwasu Gimya at the back, Seager, Corey and Alidor Hamilton in midfield with Smith and Kedwell out wide and Hayder, the man on loan from Stoke, up front. Every game's tough at this level. Folkestone struggling at the moment, down in 15th or 16th place, I think. So it doesn't really matter where they are. We've got to be on point and we've got to do well here. And hopefully we can get off to a flying start in this match. Yeah, they've only won 1 in the last 5, so hopefully we can put them to the sword a bit in this game. The fact that we're scoring plenty of goals after changing to this system is good, but at 3-2 in the last 2 games, we're conceding goals as well. So we've got to be a little bit tighter defensively, but we'll see how we get on. Here's Seager with a free kick. Looks toward the far post. It's cleared away. Hanks couldn't beat Miller to the ball. And Miller moves forward here for Folkestone. He is under pressure. Good pressing there from, I think it was Hanks at the back. But there is an opportunity for Miller down this left-hand side as players were getting back into their normal positions. And Miller whips it in toward Kassim, but it's cleared by Hanks. And Seager furthers it away. Hayder just about getting onto it. Perhaps an opportunity for us to move forward as an Olim. Holds on to it well, but loses out to Olatade. But it's Seager now into Kedwell. He has support over the top if he can find it. Alidor Hamilton does well. Plays it back to Hanks. He's got time and space to pick his pass. Seager into Corey. And that's a great pass through into Hayder. And Hayder has scored. The man on loan from Stoke. He played on his debut game, of course. Scored 2 goals. That was the game against Weymouth. Didn't play last time out, but he's come back in the side and he scored again. So in terms of actual strength and depth up front, we are starting to pick up a little bit. Jaden Smith is playing out wide as well as up front, and Higgs is up there as well. So we're getting goals from all 3 of them at the moment, which is great stuff. It means that we've got solid rotational options, and hopefully we can continue in that manner as the season goes. We've got a free kick in a dangerous position here, and it's Seager to take. Seager gets it up. Oh, it's taken a huge deflection off the wall, but it doesn't matter. Will Seager has made it 2-0 with a very good free kick. Yes, it took a deflection, but it was a very, very good free kick. We have a 2-goal lead here, and Folkestone actually haven't had an attempt at goal yet. Tell a lie, they've had 2. None on target, but we're looking a lot stronger in this setup with the gegenpress, and I think, hopefully, given the way that we've started in this particular style of football with potentially 3 wins on the bounce here, we're going to be using this for quite some time in the future as well. As it stands, we're currently sat in 8th position in the league. a nice 2-0 lead at half-time, but we did this against Wealdstone. We don't want any performance levels dropping the way it did in that game against Wealdstone, and we're going to have to continue to play the way that we have been in this game to make sure that we don't concede. A clean sheet would be nice in this match because we haven't had one as of yet this season. We need to be more solid defensively. Hopefully we can do so today. Owusu Gimya plays it forward into Kedwell. That's a nice pass. Kedwell manages to flick it in. Jaden Smith couldn't quite win the header, but Ezenolin finds Corey on the edge of the penalty area and he smashes it from 25 yards out off the crossbar. And they managed to get it clear, but that was a brilliant, brilliant effort there. Josh Okocha is struggling for fitness at the back. Jaden Smith struggling on that left-hand side as well. We're going to bring Harry Burton on for Jaden Smith. And we're going to take Okocha off as well. And we're going to bring, I think we'll bring Mabet on. Oh, what's happened there? Yep, there we go. We're going to bring Mabet on at centre-back as well. And that leaves us one substitution for later in the match. But as you can see, a lot better in midfield today. We've been a lot more solid. And Ali Hayder's not done a lot in the game, despite having scored that goal earlier. So we'll see how things go. Corey and Ezenolin are struggling here for fitness. We've got a centre-back and a striker that we can bring on. Obviously, we've got the sub-keeper as well. And we've been by far the better team. We've had a little bit more possession, but in terms of chance creation, we've been a lot better today than our opposition. And as you can see, Hemel Hempstead are battering teams at the moment. They are unbeaten so far in this campaign and find themselves atop of the league. Here's Kasim into Hill. Looks over the top for Miller, but Akers comes out well. But that is a huge error from the keeper. And Miller scores. It was a very easy goal from him. I don't know what Akers was doing there. He should have just cleared it, but he came flying out. Didn't get the clearance. It got blocked, and Miller has put Folkestone in with an opportunity here. We've not kept that clean sheet. Very poor from the keeper. And this is Simpson into Maja. We're just going to demand more for the last few minutes. This is Miller. Back to Maja. Into Miller again. Now Payne. Now Rogers. He strikes from distance. It's just wide. Really big opportunity again. And we're looking a little bit dicey as the game draws to a close here. But we have managed to hold on for the win. A little bit poor in the last 10 minutes or so. We need to be 100% focused for the 90. And yeah, the second half wasn't good enough really. We played well overall, but second half wasn't good enough. And we've managed to, well, we're actually up into 6th following that result, which is our pre-season expectation, but 7 wins from 7 for Hemel Hempstead. They're going to take some beating clearly this season. And to be quite honest, I'll take that. 2 wins from 2. And Hemel Hempstead, who are top of the league, Zach Newton's actually rejected a contract offer from them, so we are still trying to sell him at the moment. We'll have to wait and see if he does go. So 2 wins from 2 in today's episode. That's 3 wins on the bounce, which is great stuff. We're starting to improve. We do still want that elusive clean sheet, though, because we haven't actually had one at all so far in competitive matches, despite our good form in pre-season. What I'll probably do, I'll come back for Welling away and Chelmsford at home, potentially. Maybe, actually. I might do 2 home games. I'll do Chelmsford and Bath at home, and we'll see how we get on through these next few fixtures. And then we'll be coming back toward the back end of November. We've got an FA Trophy game there, so it might be Eastbourne at home and then the FA Trophy tie, which would be a nice little episode there to have a cup tie in. So, yeah, we'll probably come back for Chelmsford and Bath, and I will therefore move on from here. And thank you very much for your support. Please like and subscribe to the channel. All of it is greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time, and this is Big Will signing away.